What's up? Travel Chronicles. I believe it's chapter 16. Not 100% sure, but I'm sure it's pretty close. We'll call it that anyway. So it looks like the COVID is raging on in some of the bigger states: Florida, Texas, California, and that's kind of due to them opening back up. And you look at what Arizona did, and they really weren't meeting the requirements when they opened back up. They were, because you were supposed to have decreasing cases. That wasn't necessarily the case for them. They went ahead and opened anyway, and now the cases are exploding. But the death rate has not jumped up significantly. Now, there's going to be a lag. You're going to have hospitalization. You're going to have people test positive first, then hospitalizations go up, and then the death rate will probably increase. So what does that mean? It means we probably haven't seen the full effects of it yet. They're kind of reversing course, closing some things down, going back to where we were at maybe late April, with just restrictions in restaurants, shutting down the bars, those types of things. And eventually we're going to get to a point where the people that can't handle it as a respiratory disease are going to get it. Now, maybe there's a vaccine before that happens, maybe not. And then, the rest of the population, 90% or so, I don't know, maybe higher than that. At first I would say, probably, I think what they were saying is 50% are going to be kind of asymptomatic, not even know they have it. And then like another 30% are going to have symptoms, but not too bad. And then 20% are going to have to go to the hospital. And, it was like a 10% death rate. But you're not capturing those 50% of cases. You're missing a lot of people that are positive that aren't getting tested. And right now, because people went back to the beach and traveling all around, now it's back to spreading like crazy again. And it's picked up here in Ohio. I think it picked up in PA. It's crazy. But here's the real question: if the death rate doesn't go back up, then what do we need to be as concerned? Because people are going to get immunity from this, and granted, they're trying to blame everything under the sun on coronavirus right now. It's like, oh, you can have something weird happen to you if you get coronavirus. You will never be the same, and this, that, and the other. And maybe that's true, but do we really? We don't know that. It's been around for literally 9 months. So you don't know what the long-term effects are. You don't know how people's bodies are going to recover. And how much of the trauma and stuff that we're putting on people is from the treatment. How much does that affect them when you're shoving something down their throat and keeping them sedated for a month? That can't be good for them either. So, one, I think we need to pump the brakes a little bit on how bad it is. But at the same token, I don't think people can just throw away all like the social distancing, wearing the mask stuff. It's like, okay, they open back up, but you still need to be smart. You can't just throw caution to the wind and go do whatever you want. And the problem is younger people are going to be like, well, whatever, this is the flu. It's the flu. And they're like the least informed. It's not the flu. You have flu-like symptoms, but there's a lot of other symptoms too. And death rate, I mean, we're already 120,000 that they're attributing to coronavirus, probably 130,000 now. But I think the flu had 60,000 or so last year. Is it like a year of flu was like 60,000? So we're double that in essentially 3 months. You know, and like I said, part of that just the amount of people that got it that were just really, really susceptible to it, that weren't going to make it. And you know, I figure there's still a lot of other people out there like that just have been able to avoid it, have been very diligent in what they're doing. But they're going to have to keep that, you know, that diligence, limiting their contact and taking precautions when they're out and about. So that's where we're at right now. You know, started picking up in March, and come July, almost July, we're not much better. So, not much else to talk about today other than Friday I was really considering like quitting my job. Like not quit, like looking for another job obviously, and then quitting. And I was just like, you know, Lord, what should I do? You know, should I leave? Should I stay? And the funny thing, this sermon this Sunday is I feel good in my place. And I'm seeing that, I'm like, oh really? Like, so don't just chill is what you're saying. And you know, sometimes God give you the come on, like what am I supposed to do, God? And like God's like, okay, just you're fine. And it's like, oh really? Because maybe that's not what I want to do. And then it's like, oh no, God's really telling me something here, and I gotta receive it. Because you're in the Lord's house, and that's what's on the screen. So I mean that kind of hit home for me a little bit. You know, we get to pick our attitude, we get to pick how we feel about things. So I guess I should cheer up. I don't know. Sometimes you got to make your own happiness, but if God's telling you something, you know, let's listen to God, and then we'll keep asking the question. All right, that's all I got. Be careful. Stay COVID free. Later.